I'm going to share something personal with you right now. I used to hate language learning. Every time I opened a textbook or tried to memorize vocabulary, it felt like torture. But the good news is, it doesn't have to feel that way forever. Somewhere along the way, I figured out how to actually enjoy the process, and that's why today I want to share some of the things that changed my approach to language learning. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about today is I think it's time to stop trying to learn everything perfectly. You don't need flawless grammar from day one. Yes, you can be advanced and still make mistakes. And it doesn't automatically deny the fact that you're advanced. Speak messy. It's a lot more fun and you'll learn faster this way. You know, every time I talk to native speakers, I don't want to be feeling this pressure to constantly check myself. Check my grammar, check my vocab, everything. If I actually behave this way, I feel like there's no flow to the conversation. It feels robotic. It feels like I'm passing an exam. But real life is not a perfect exam where you absolutely have to get an A+ and be a good student. I actually talked about the super interesting phenomenon of perfectionism on my self-improvement YouTube channel because I recently read a book where the author said that perfectionism is self-sabotaging behavior because we cannot be perfect in our daily habits, in our relationships, in our work, in learning a foreign language. You cannot be perfect. You cannot never make grammar mistakes, even if you consider yourself fluent or advanced. So stop trying to be perfect all the time, to say everything correctly all the time. Be messy. Allow yourself to be messy. Shake your body. It's fine. You're learning a new language. You're trying to become a part of a new culture. You're not proving anything to anyone. The next thing that helped me fall in love with language learning is making it all about the things that I love. I hated English when I was a kid because we were using a lot of boring materials, boring topics, grammar. That was just not something that a kid is generally interested in. But now I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions when it comes to my materials, when it comes to how I want to memorize vocabulary and how I want to learn grammar. So if you generally love cooking, just start watching cooking videos in your target language. The thing is, once you start associating a new language with the things that you love doing in your everyday life, you're also going to start loving this new language because you're going to build a positive association. I love cooking. I'm watching cooking videos in English. I love English. Because if you use materials that you hate, the association is going to be negative. I hate this boring grammar textbook. I hate English. If you love football, for example, you can obviously watch football matches, but to make it a little bit more personal, you can even follow football players on Instagram, on TikTok, and see what their daily life is like if they're sharing a lot of Instagram stories or Instagram reels. This way, language becomes something bigger than just a textbook. You start associating it with all of these amazing people that you look up to. You understand that these people speak this language. And if you want to understand your favorite football players, you absolutely need to learn this language. Now, if you really want to make language learning about the things that you love, one of the best ways is to connect with people who actually speak this language. And that's where today's sponsor, italki, makes a huge difference. You guys know that I only recommend products and services that I love and genuinely use. And I have been using italki since I was 16 and I'm 24 now. I was actually a teacher on italki at some point. I taught Russian and English. I've tried a lot of different methods when it comes to language learning, but nothing beats speaking with native speakers. Whether you're learning English, Spanish, or any other language, you can have personalized one-on-one lessons with a native speaking teacher on italki. What makes this platform so unique is its flexibility. italki has over 30,000 teachers all over the world, so you would definitely find a teacher who matches your style. Whether you prefer formal lessons, casual conversation practice, or even learning through fun activities like cooking classes in another language, you will find all of this on italki. Here's a quick sneak peek at one of my recent lessons with Lorena from Mexico. She's amazing at breaking down tricky grammar points while keeping things fun and easy to understand. Honestly, having these one-on-one sessions has helped me speak Spanish more confidently without fear of mistakes. And the best part is, italki is pay per lesson. There are no subscriptions and no commitments. You learn at your own pace on your own schedule. Whether you want a single lesson this week or regular sessions every single month, it's totally up up to you. So if you're ready to take your language learning to the next level and try out italki, you can click the link in the description and sign up today. And here's a bonus. When you buy $10 of lesson credit, you get $5 for free. You can use my promo code Veronika2024 to claim your discount. This offer is only limited to the first 50 users, so please don't wait. Moving on to the third thing that helped me enjoy language learning and not feel like it's a chore, like not having this feeling that I actually hate it. And that is using language as a tool, not just homework. I know that we're all used to having a teacher going to classes, but the thing is, you need to learn this language. You need to learn how to use it in real life. So stop treating language learning as homework. It's not your homework. It's a part of your life. You can DM someone who speaks your target language, or while watching YouTube in your target language, you can leave a comment and say something. Practice your writing. Making the language a part of your social life is so freaking important. Meeting people, making friends, understanding that you are the only person who is responsible for your language learning and who actually needs to learn this language. So what is stopping you? Maybe your laziness? The next point is going to be especially useful to those of you guys who hate reading, or for those of you who hate doing something that a lot of people think is conventional, like just something that has to be done. For example, learning grammar or reading in a foreign language. You know, a lot of people say that reading in a foreign language is useful, but what if you hate reading? So I'm gonna say, don't force books if you hate reading. You know, I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna say that, oh my God, reading is so good for you, you're missing out. I know there are people who are so busy, they have a family, they have little kids, or they just hate reading that they know they're not gonna read anything. They're not gonna read anything in their native language, and they're definitely not going to read anything in the foreign language. So I think understanding that not everyone enjoys the same things is so crucial. I have a friend, for example, who doesn't really read much, but she always listens to audiobooks. When I read like one book a month, she's going to listen to like 5 a month, and she's actually remembering a lot of the information from those books because her life is really busy. She has a baby, she has a lot of responsibilities, and sitting down with a book is just not a part of her lifestyle. So find what works for you, make it tailored to you, to your needs, and don't feel bad when somebody on the internet says that you have to do this, you have to do that, and you're realizing that that is just not possible for you, including obviously the things that I tell you too, because my goal here on this YouTube channel is to give you a lot of different resources, a lot of different approaches, and you do you. You take what you need from my videos and you make it work for you. And finally, one last thing that really helped me fall in love with language learning after hating it for so long was watching terrible TV shows. Yep, I'm being serious. So I put them into this terrible category because a lot of people usually consider them cheesy. You know, those TV shows tend to have a lot of drama, you know, a lot of things that might be like funny, not funny type of way. Like some people are gonna like this humor, other people are not gonna like this humor. But the reason why those terrible TV shows and reality TV shows help me so much is because they often have really authentic conversations and really easy to understand language. They really hooked me on all the drama, and the dialogue was so simple for learning. The shows that I'm referring to here is 90 Day Fiancé. It's a reality TV show. It's honestly not that great, but it's so great for learning English. Another cheesy TV show on Netflix is Emily in Paris. I know a lot of people say that it's unrealistic. People don't actually live this way in Paris. Obviously, we understand that, but I think it's great for learning English. Again, the dialogue is simple, a lot of slang, a lot of modern vocabulary, actually the words that you will need in your daily conversations. And so that's why right now, especially at the beginning stages of language learning, I try not to watch any critically acclaimed movies. You know, movies that a lot of people think are amazing and great, because they often tend to have very complicated dialogue. People there whisper or talk too quietly or have a very difficult accent to understand. And that is honestly honestly not what I need when I'm just starting to learn the language. So I think it's going to be it for this video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to try out italki, you can use my link in the description and my discount code Veronika 2024. I know that a lot of you guys are constantly on the lookout for great free tools to stay fluent, to improve your language skills, and if you are, I'm sure you're gonna love this video right here. Just click right here and keep on watching.